Hey kids! Man, being a Sonic fan is hard these days, constantly challenged by these crazy jokes.
Shadow the Hedgehog, what's up with that? So stupid that he's so edgy and has guns?
Yeah man, it's lame. One kid-friendly talking animal with a big gun, lame. Have 6 talking teddy bears with bigger giant guns. Shooting aliens? No way, let's shoot our own species and blow those teddy bears' heads straight off, yeah!
Shadow's overdoing it.
Ha! Well kiddos, go back to kindergarten while I'll show you how real manly teddy bears kick some ass. Here's for Fur Fighters, a game so dark and intense and edgy that I have to review it in the dark. For Dreamcast, and PC, and PS2, and Android phone thingies. Our exciting story begins when our furry heroes are in their village doing what good proper heroes should do. Cleaning, fixing, and domestic abuse. Rufus the leader senses danger and wakes up only to immediately fall asleep again. Everyone's doused in sleeping gas by the evil General Vigo, who apparently had a run-in with him in the previous adventure, causing many, including me, to be confused whether this is a sequel to something or not. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is this one of those rather stupid stories where the villain ignores a perfectly good chance to kill the heroes and instead just kidnaps their kids? And then doesn't even put the kids in jail, but like in any typical 3D platformer, just randomly spreads them out in random caves and hills for no reason, so the heroes can easily collect them? Nope, you're wrong. This game isn't rather stupid.
It's really f***ing stupid!
Because they don't just put the babies in random rooms, they hired them as construction workers for a dam engineering program, helicopter pilots, operating giant machinery, and letting them transport highly sophisticated space equipment. Because hey, why go for a stupid story if you can have a super stupid story? I approve full-heartedly. Ha! So, well, if General Vigo thinks kidnapping the babies of the fur fighters will actually stop me from kicking his ass, he's absolutely right, so I'm just gonna hang out with the fur fighter village. See, I don't even need the rest of the game. This place is already awesome. Rufus has an English pub in his house, and Juliet a wardrobe so big that it almost functions as a maze. And even better, all the fur fighters have a Sega Dreamcast in their living room. Sweet! Let's play some classics. Real classic. What is this lame junk? Where's Street Fighter or Skies of Arcadia? Curses! They only have homebrew games in our system. Okay, fine, I'll go on my exciting adventure already. So, you got 6 fur fighters. From the smooth-talking Rico, who's the only one who can dive, Bungalow the kangaroo, who can jump higher, to Tweak the dragon, who can fly! Well, or at least gracefully crash down. But of course, all of them can shoot their giant guns. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would I want to shoot guns when I can be a frigging fire-breathing dragon? Well, good point. Screw weapons. Ha! Oh. Never mind.
Constant vigilance is the only path to physical perfection.
There's also Arnold Oryx, the big, tough, indestructible drill instructor. So awesome that even a hidden secret civilization of dinosaurs has merchandise of him in their house. Huh. Sadly, he's not playable. In fact, he doesn't even help out. But at least he teaches you some belay. That's, something. But there's babies to be saved, so let's get to it! The game is half a third-person shooter and half a platform game, so jumping and shooting it is. And shooting we can with some monstrous weapons. Ah, there's one of the babies. Let's save him. Unfortunately, they refuse to be saved by anyone other than their parents. Ah, stupid baby, it's me, friendly Uncle Chang. Don't go with strangers doesn't count when you're kidnapped, you idiot. Ah, fine, remain in charge of the construction equipment, see if I care. Ooh, look at all the dangerous explosives here. I wonder who's in charge here. Oh, of course. Mommy! No mere grass levels or desert levels or snow levels here, no sir. The stages and fur fighters are rich with real context. At the construction site there's equipment to arrange, machinery to pilot, cement to mix. We discover a hidden dinosaur city where we're in a giant house, so we're fighting with a vacuum cleaner, sneaking past dinosaurs, going through a refrigerator. I love this world, it really brings a pet vibe to it. Since, we're playing as cats and dogs anyway. Yeah, let's break the furniture! Stopping a robbery in New York, we go to a museum where you solve puzzles by watching an art movie, or climb through art projects, or deal with the automated code system. I love you aren't just going to random locations, you're always in a somewhat logical place doing real things, context-wise, It makes the world feel alive. I mean, man, this museum, I can just walk around here like a tourist. Forget about the video game stuff. Actually, just every painting in this level is unique, so you can just look at the exhibits like a real museum. Ah, look at these rich colors, the fine mastery of the brush stroke. Meow. Short, yet powerful. What a poignant statement. Me. Very intense self-portrait. The artist really opened themselves up for us. Firefox art. Not many internet browsers here, but this painting is definitely very intense, very... The colors, they offend me! The contrasts, they're all out of balance!
This is an insult! Take this and this!
Whoops. Well, hooray! Even better than a real museum. It's a museum where you can actually fire at the exhibits! Haha!
Yeah!
But be careful, the exhibits might fire back. Yeah, plenty of beauty to behold. And not just the environments. Good-looking ladies, too. There's some real chicks in this game, some good-looking birds. Literally, of course. Oh, yeah. There's even something for the ladies. What, you're not sexually aroused by avifauna? Oh, well, you can shoot them. Speaking of opening fire on innocents, beyond babies, the heroes are also supposed to save their kidnapped spouses. By firing at them, I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Ah, poor Tweak. He's still newborn, and now already has to fight his own mother. It's sad and tragic. If it wasn't awesome to be battling a giant dragon on the rooftops! Yeah! Outside of jumping and shooting, there's also puzzles to be solved. So like one very involved laser reflecting puzzle in order to heat up a toaster to get toast to bribe the scientist to get access to a space rocket. But if it's all too weird for you to handle, there's always the ghost of a SEAL general around to annoy you with puns that might vaguely have something to do with the puzzle solution. I love it. The art style of the game might be primitive, very blocky and lots of recycling of textures, but because the art style is so simple, the game manages to keep throwing set pieces and detailed environments at you non-stop. In one level you go to hell, which starts off like your typical flaming cave, but eventually you get into a weird hotel, where all 6 of the main characters has their own room, each with their own personal challenge. From Tweak's traumatic birth to Juliet being mocked at a dinner party, while everyone's armed. So much detail in just one level. We go to a large building in New York and there's a restaurant, a laundromat, shopping mall, hedge maze, disco, offices, a gym, swimming pool, and a penthouse and rooftops. And all that in just one level. And there's more than 20 of them, not even counting the hubs and boss stages. I don't know, I just love the variation and constant stream of ideas and settings in each stage. Also, yeah, this stage is based on the Twin Towers from New York. The game was released in 2000s. And there's even a joke in a level where they make fun of crashing airplanes. Awkward. Anyway, as usually the case in these collectathon platformers, the levels are filled with NPC characters that we need to help out to get their items. For example, there's some hippie beavers protesting the evil corporation who want to destroy a priceless monument. So of course we must help them. So you screw around and... No! I accidentally destroyed the monument. Actually, I don't care. Up yours, beavers! Oh, the elevators are broken. No worries, I'll fix it. I'll fix the elevator so awesomely it'll send the poor bear using it into space. Ha! Yeah, NPCs. You've been spoiled by Spyro and Ratchet and Clank. But now, here are heroes you don't want to ask for help. We're just gonna shoot everything. Pow pow! Unfortunately for our heroes, not all the opposition they get can be merely shot. Our furry friends also have to deal with their worst enemies. Fleas! All of the fur fighters have a flea level. Yes, especially the ones who don't have fur. Fortunately, one of the fleas is actually a fur fighter himself, so you take control of him, so we can blast those nasty fleas away. So, yeah, forget about what I said that you can't shoot all your opponents. Yes, you can murder everything. NYS, Juliet's flea stage does take place in her cleavage. Why did you ask? Boobs, I think. And classy. Also, the flea levels are only for the PlayStation 2 version of the game anyway, meaning the flea stages gives your character a stronger melee attack, which is... great, whatever. Sadly, the gameplay is a bit awkward. You don't always have a complete grip on your jumps and keep sliding off, sometimes deliberately because the game wants to discourage you from taking an easy option out in some puzzles, but occasionally it feels like what are supposed to be genuine platform challenges kind of feel like I'm doing something I'm not supposed to. Also, though I generally love the art style and the weird shapes the world has, it does happen sometimes that some passageways are very hard to see, like here. The game is just a bit messy. But hey, that just makes it so much more satisfying when you do pull it off. And you are really rewarded by your hard work by... And the baby's the wrong animal species, so I can save it. Also, the mini-games usually suck. They play awkward and are confusing and you have to sit through cutscenes every time you retry them. Fortunately, most mini-games are optional. So hooray for me! And it sucks for people who have the compulsion to beat games 100%. Oh well. But whatever. Messy games are somehow always my favorite, mostly because they're willing to take more of a chance and do weird stuff. Let me do some cool stuff and I don't care about the rough edges. Music is great, the story is greatly stupid. I love how the humor is downplayed, that is, you have to discover the jokes yourself. The game doesn't point them out or constantly break the fourth wall. Like in the New York stage, there's constantly taxis crashing. Sometimes for gameplay reasons, sometimes just randomly. There's never really attention called upon it, it just happens. Which I like. I guess the developers don't have a positive opinion on New York taxi cabs. Also, in order to disguise yourself, you just put on a box with a bear face drawn on it and you're all set. Genius. Also gotta love the white cat stroking a bald human as his pet. Good old Fifi. Would have been funny if all regular animals would have been replaced by humans, like instead of deer hopping in the forest you see human hop around. But alas, they don't. So now we got the classic, how come there's regular animals and anthro animals in the same world? Question. Nah, probably evolution differences, like how apes and humans are supposedly side branches of the same family. Or if you believe in God instead of evolution, you can just blame the big guy in the sky instead. Whatever rocks your boat. Anyway, yeah, great example of a game with barely any story and mostly focus on jokes that does it right for me. The humor flows from context and just how this universe operates, and with both the jokes and the intensity played down, the game manages to go in both directions of the spectrum, so we can go from the villain overtaking a space station just to drop an anvil on the heroes like a Looney Tunes cartoon, to a pretty intense stage taking place in hell that, despite being cartoony and having some parody jokes, still feels sincere and a little intense. So yeah, this game is my kind of party. And damn, impressive draw distance for a Dreamcast game. Well, okay, this is the PlayStation 2 version, but the draw distance was this on the Dreamcast version as well. And hey! For once, doing a review of a retro game is not entirely pointless, as this game is still for sale. On the cell phone, that is, with touchscreen controls. Yay! It costs like one entire English pound, which is like $1.50, so it's probably a lot of money. So, Fur Fighters! One of my all-time favorites. This baby's my Banjo-Kazooie, my Jak and Daxter, my pick for collection platforming thingy. It's much rougher and awkwardly programmed, and more awesome. Karate kicking an alligator in the face, yeah! Developed by Bizarre Creations, a company sadly now gone, although the members did join other gaming companies, including Sumo, who made Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. Hot damn, say I get these people to work on Shadow the Hedgehog 2. That'll be a nice apology to whatever happened to him in Sonic Boom. And end review.